So I could have restarted that. I really could have, but it wouldn't have been like fix his hair, wouldn't hurt the that. But hey, realism, neo-realism time on this one here.
Yay.
So yeah, still broken, guys. So basically, D&DVD asked how I broke this, and at the first video I kind of joked about ninjas, but basically I fell. My hand hit while I was falling, hit the side of my coffee table, which is very hard, kind of like an oak type wood thing, and it pretty much just like shattered the bone in part of my hand, like just not shattered, way worse than this, but kind of like a hairline type of break type thing, which is unfortunately where it was at. This makes it a longer healing process. So yeah, but so there we go. And the Drownsman. So it's film. It's obvious that they're trying to start a new franchise, and but rather than let's jump into the plot line. We'll go through it. Let's not jump ahead. Let's jump into the plot line.
Okay. So, something happens at the beginning. Vague, really, at first. Super not explained until later. It's a bunch of random shit. Guys attack some girls.
Well,
drowning.
We see a girl that she wakes up and she's in this kind of maybe kind of a case.
Yeah.
And there's another girl there that's obviously just been killed. That she looks over, she sees her, and you find out that the deal is that this dude named Sebastian drowns people.
Yeah.
Because well, I want to say the reason, but let's go for it.
Oh, it's not explained until much later, but he spent 19 months in the womb, so he drowns people.
Yeah, that's a reason for it.
But she kills him, and he immediately disappears.
That was 18 months.
That's 19 months.
19 months. Maybe you know why, though, right?
Why?
Because 18 months is too long away. Doctor Who.
So she kills him, and he immediately disappears into nothingness. And then we get our film starting. Girls are at a party. This girl announces her engagement. One of the girls gets slightly near water, knocks over a beer gently.
But no, the beer bottle is kind of knocked over. It's knocked over.
Yeah.
Her heel lightly hits it, so she falls down on the wharf, right in the middle of the wharf, but for some inexplicable reason falls right into the water, and then she sees the Drownsman, who has now turned from a real pale white long-haired dude to what looks to be a long-dead Jamaican voodoo guy.
Yeah, it's weird. Then it immediately cuts to a year later, where she hates water. Water's the worst. Water's super terrible. She doesn't even drink water. She has an IV essentially put directly into her to put water in through her.
How'd she bathe?
I don't know. She looks nice, though, for someone who hasn't bathed in a year.
Looks damn nice.
But she misses her friend's wedding, and her friend freaks the hell out about it. So they decide that they should be absolute and total bitches.
Well, they're going to have an intervention. So.
By intervention, they mean they're having an intervention, but they also brought a mystic. Which... Alright, sure. Well, psychic. Fucking... She had, all sorts of mystical shit. She did spells later, too.
That's true, so I did.
She was she started commanding spells. Not that they helped whatsoever. But, basically, after being complete asses the entire night, they traumatize her more, but are able to get her to say, maybe I should look into this thing. Not in the way that they wanted, which was just to ignore it, but she finds out who the Drownsman is. She finds out about the Drownsman.
Well, wait, we gotta say what they did. Come on, you cannot pass up this part. They do, in a trust exercise, they put a tub of water there, and they use, when you, in those trust things, if you've ever been in a company resort or a company retreat, or anything, they'll do this thing where you, you let yourself fall back, and the other people, catch you. And that shows that you trust the people that you're with. Well, they do that with her in the water, and they hold her there, and they slowly take their hands out, and it's supposed to be her, I think it's supposed to be their way, look, you're better, you're cured. And then he comes after her.
Yeah, and then he immediately starts to drown her.
And nobody sees her. Nobody sees anybody near her. Everybody, runs back. But they inexplicably blame it on the psychic mystic girl. They blame it on her because, you must have been holding her down because you believe in this shit.
Which
was impossible because she wasn't even near her.
no, she wasn't even helping at first, I believe. But
That was an hilarious scene.
she goes to find out about...
She doesn't die. She gets up and stuff like that.
She finds out about the Drownsman, and she meets a guy who's all like, I experienced the Drownsman firsthand.
But he didn't know.
Not really. His daughter got killed, and then, like...
That's it. His daughter got killed, and he mentions that this girl killed the Drownsman.
It's implied that she burnt him somehow. I guess they must have been neighbors or something.
Yeah, but it was never really explained.
No, and he's just like, oh, I've spent too much time on the Drownsman. The Drownsman's the worst. You don't want to go talk to the girl, but here are all the audio tapes I have for some reason of everything she's ever said about the Drownsman.
And how did he get these audio tapes? Not like he was a shrink or anything like that.
No, he's just a guy.
My daughter was killed by this Drownsman. Give me all the audio tapes of this girl's private, personal, psychiatric conversation.
Which also reveals some stuff that nobody knew, like the fact that she had a baby.
Yep.
With the Drownsman because she got raped. And that's actually the majority of the film after that. Like, for a little bit, for like another like good 20 minutes. It's 40 minutes in, by the way, before someone dies.
Yeah, 42 minutes.
42 minutes in. But from like the 35 mark to like just over maybe like an hour, they spend the rest like a bunch of time listening to audio tapes while other people are dealing with problems.
Yeah, and basically the Drownsman does it like this. Water comes along, they fall into his drowned dimension.
I call it that.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you could say about it. It's a dimension where everyone drowns.
And then he drowns him.
Yeah.
You could have drowned him in the water, but you got to bring back to his dimension first, and then drown him.
Drown him real good.
But they're told that basically what they need to do so that they don't drown in his dimension.
Oh, well, that's
I want to say this. Drown themselves.
Yeah.
So yes, either way, a drowning is happening.
Someone's got to drown for this thing to work.
Yeah, someone's got to drown. And you would think, like, if they drown in his dimension anyway, no matter who does it, they could kind of go back to the other dimension.
Yeah.
But taking a scene out of Cabin by the Lake with Judd Nelson, remember that movie? He used to drown people in the water. Yeah, he pretty much has his garden of drowned victims. Because, I don't know, I guess he watched Cabin by the Lake as well. And probably it's really shitty sequel.
But, like, that is all the deaths. Drowning. He doesn't, like, stab someone in water. He doesn't, like, drown someone in a very violent way. They end up fully engrossed in water, and they drown.
I can say if you really have a really bad fear of water, you don't like water. Did this bother you at all, by the way?
No, I'm afraid of large bodies of water. So, not really. No one ever gets drowned in the ocean.
They drown in water.
Like, and it's almost insulting because, like, it's like I do have a fear of water, but like, there's a scene where like they're in an elevator and someone opens a water bottle, and they all go oh, and I'm like, oh no. It seems like an SNL skit.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't seem like it was. Even though the movie's done completely serious, it's very deadpan. It sounds like something you'd see on like on Saturday Night Live. It's really like, what's the stupidest idea horror movie you can think of? I got it. The water's everywhere.
What was again the incredibly slow moving killer with the extremely inefficient weapon?
That was like a little short, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was really good, and that's what this reminds me of.
Yeah, it's really, really not a great film. So let's get to the end of this film.
Yeah, a lot of people drown, surprisingly.
Yeah, we cannot.
Everyone drowns, in fact.
Not everyone.
Except for the daughter.
There's a twist ending coming.
The main character is the daughter, by the way.
It's her daughter.
Surprise.
And you know what? They go into an asylum. This crazy girl says, "Hey, you're my daughter," and they believe her immediately.
I don't understand how the crazy girl knew immediately.
People could be coming in. She's not even looking at the girl. She's like, "I know why. Yeah, because you're my daughter, and I called you this." And they're like,
"Oh, by the way, what's her name? I forget what her name is."
Can't remember now.
But I don't know too much about like name meanings. But she's like, "I called you this. It means a gift from God. My name's Matthew." That's what that means. Gift from God is the name Matthew. But
Maybe
Now, good on you. Maybe there's 2 of them that mean that, but like, all right, sure.
She doesn't even look at her. She like, I guess she knows. By
She doesn't
her
mention
voice.
her name either. There's not like a I'm like whatever my name is, and she's like, yes, you're my daughter, of course. I can't believe it's you. No, she's just like, of course we'd come after you.
Well,
You're my daughter. This is your name.
Inexplicably, they believe her. This is a crazy girl in the asylum. Every girl that comes in that room, she could be saying that to, you're my daughter.
The
She says that
attendant.
to everyone.
The
And
attendant.
it's hilarious when they go to the place to go in there. Like, yeah, we want to see this girl. She has that for a long time.
Yeah.
You
Come
can go
on
in.
in.
I mean,
It'll probably be good for her.
yeah, I mean, like, what the hell? I mean,
Are you
like,
next
is
of
she
kin?
family? Like, is this any
I
security check?
guess they are, but
Could be reporters going to harass her. Maybe the Drownsman had like family members wants to get revenge. Could be a lot of things. You don't just let somebody.
she burned down a neighbor's house, so there's a lot of people who'd be
pissed off.
pissed off with her. So
Well, no, go on in.
she probably needs visitors. It's probably a good idea to let you in. Go on in.
Why
The guy comes out. Do you guys have any flammable material? I already asked them. No, you didn't. You didn't mention it once.
But yeah,
You really don't give a shit.
how many fucks about her
Oh,
job is
no.
given?
Dad, I didn't even
Sorry.
know. I brought a liquid on.
Shit, we're screwed now.
And,
I'm bored
yeah.
to death by the kills.
There's nothing scary.
So her and her friend,
Drownsman, by the way.
pretty much, are the ones that end up at the end. Pretty much.
And then her friend dies.
Yeah.
And
So-
then she
Anna
tries to
really-
save her friend, and then her friend,
Friend is hot,
just
though.
dies.
I like her friend. You didn't find her friend hot. I didn't find her friend
And she
hot.
was very plain looking.
She was not playing with
Oh my god. Her friend dies. She does one of those last minute, no, I'll save you, and then no, she still doesn't save her.
Yeah, I mean, like, that was a total useless scene. When you really think about
Yeah, like where she's like, oh, she gives up for a second. She's like, wait, and then smacks her out, and then does
it. Yeah, that was
5
like,
seconds of like, but
Yeah.
like really weak ones, and then she's like, oh, I didn't. Oh, she's dead. She's probably dead. I don't even need to
you
try.
gave up way too soon. The Rock did not give up in Sam
No, jeez, that was one of the most hilarious scenes in that.
You're
movie.
gonna live, goddammit! Oh, you're too scared to die.
Scare the water out of you.
I'll scare the water out of you.
Kind of wish
I
Dwayne
mean-
Johnson appeared in that scene.
Rock
The moment she gives up, she feels
comes by.
feels a hand like on her shoulder and looks up, and it's Dwayne Johnson. No.
That's
But
not the way we do this.
so she kills him using, and I shit you not, fire's only or water's only weakness.
Fire. So they have a lot of like flares.
Yeah, they stab flares into him because fire is the only way to stop water. Yeah.
People believe this, like fire. Oh my god! Okay, usually, if we have a fire
I don't know
nearby,
if you know anything about
we
the
throw water
elements.
on it, and water kind of like gets rid of the fire.
Generally.
It generally does get rid of the fire. And other times we use some sand.
I would have even accepted electricity. Honestly.
Yeah, maybe.
That would have been made more sense than fire. You said sand. Sponges would have worked. If you're gonna do anything...
Oh, the today sponges, like the Seinfeld episode.
It's Bounty! Throw Bounty at him!
The quicker picker-upper.
I wish that was in this movie.
Oh, that would be so much better than what we got to watch in this film. So anyway, at the end of the film, she kills. Oh,
She kills him.
Kills him.
And then drinks a glass of water just to show how awesome she is. And then
Yeah,
walks out
water,
in the rain.
man. That's intense. And go watch her the rain. She's like, fuck this shit. He's dead now. So
Then she
we
goes
know the
back to
movie's
Taco
going on
Bell.
for another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we know he's dead. He's not
Almost-
dead.
There's a couple more scenes of just her, like, she does
Doing water stuff.
doing a lot of stuff. Then
I was surprised they didn't like show water skin.
at the beach, just learning how to surf. But then she goes to her mom, and she's all like, he's dead. I totally killed him. And, like, water's dripping off her. And she's like,
It was raining out.
no, he's not dead. He was waiting.
He's like, psych, what?
And she's like,
Fire
what
doesn't
the
kill
hell
me.
do you
Oh,
mean?
dude. I'm totally behind you right now.
And yeah, then he pops up, and then they freak out, and then the movie's over. And then I'm happy.
No, I'm not, because
Movie's
I left it
over.
open for a sequel.
It did.
God damn it.
But, like, now here's the thing, though. All she has to do is take her jacket off and throw it on the floor. Like, her jacket's wet, right? And dripping. But it
She
shows
could take
earlier on in the
all her
film.
clothes and throw it on the floor, because you know what? Right now I'm going to say this. The nudity score on this thing is, well, Matt,
It's a 0.
it's a 0.
It's
It
not
is
the
a
best.
0. This thing is an exploitation movie that does not fulfill the exploitation metrics.
It's to be fair, like you think of it as like a Nightmare on Elm Street sort of slasher sort of thing, but like
Even Nancy
There's no
was naked
blood.
in the first time movie.
there's no blood either.
And it's water. There's no reason not to have nudity in a movie that's a Drownsman
true.
and a shitload of water.
There's no blood because all the killers are drowning, so it's a 0 on the gore score. By
Yeah,
the way,
it's a 0 on the goal score. There's a kind of like she stabs him, but we don't really see that real well.
there's no blood in that scene. as
Yeah,
far as I can remember.
And we can't even say the kills are disturbing because they're really not.
Just
The
drowning.
kills are boring and they're not like. Even if you had a fear of drowning, this might get you over it because you would find this friggin' hilarious.
It shows you how super boring drowning is.
I actually started to nod off a couple times during this film. I'd
Yeah.
like, shake myself awake.
That's understandable
It's
considering.
got a nice cover though. If you want to buy the poster, it's a pretty good cover.
Yeah, I mean, there's one thing.
Yeah, poster.
It's a bad film. Like, I don't recommend it.
No, I can't recommend this film actually. Not
It's
even
too
for bad
boring.
movie fans. I mean, I got a friend on here, Doc the Metal Freak, who does like Doc Schlock from Cathedral. He does a lot of bad movies, and I wouldn't like recommend him doing this one
You
because
said
it's
at
really
one
bad.
point when we were watching the film, I feel like this is a one watch, and I don't even feel like it's a one watch.
That's a nun
I
watch.
feel like it's I feel like if a friend was like, "Hey, you want to watch? Like, I've heard there's a movie called Drownsman. You want to watch
Fuck
that?"
you, dude.
It won't be one of those. Yeah, like it's pretty shitty. Let's watch it. It'll be fun. It's just like no, that's you really don't want to watch that. It's
So it'd be
boring.
like that. Yo, friends, don't let friends watch Drownsman.
They don't. That was a terrible movie. And
Jesus, man.
also there's nothing
Random
scary
references,
about
by the way.
there's nothing scary about a killer who literally can't reach you if you're outside the like a puddle.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, no.
sure there's a lot. There's one scene where like the tension in the scene is we see some stuff dripping, and then when things get real intense, they start like pouring out water.
There's a movie called, I think it's called Ghost Shark, and it's about the shark that can appear like wherever water's at, like a pool or like a thing like that. That's scarier than this movie here.
You know,
And a
I'll
better
watch-
concept, by the way.
go watch Dark Water. There's another,
No.
not the English version, the
That
Japanese.
sucked ass. The English version.
I'm talking about the Japanese version.
Wait, though, you can't watch Jack Walker's Jennifer Connelly. She's pretty hot.
Whenever I'm saying go watch
Yeah, but they don't
any
know
of these
that
things,
you.
I'm not going to watch the English.
You do not know that you're Mr. Japanese Korean guy.
Yeah, well, it's not a Korean guy. I like Japanese stuff. But that's what I usually watch. That's one thing we haven't mentioned on the channel much. When I'm watching like horror on my own, that's generally what I'm watching.
He watches a lot of Japanese stuff, and he's thinking about having his own channel, which will have a lot of Japanese stuff.
Yeah, man, everybody's asking me some channel stuff. But yeah, no. Go watch that. Go watch Dark Water, Japanese Dark Water.
I hate
Hell, go watch things that are better involving water, especially like considering I just brought up Japanese stuff.
that. Let's talk about water.
Let's talk about water here. Most Japanese films, Dark Water, Sadako, even Ju-on to some extent, those are mostly water-based ghosts. It's a thing in Japan. You know what's not? What's cool though? They don't usually drown the shit out of people, and they're scary. I mean, they can drown people. They do. Sometimes. But they're legitimately scary. They don't look like Conan got put through a freaking washer. They're scary looking. Also, why in this movie does he look like he was drowned in a lake? He's got bits of stuff on him.
Yeah.
He was drowned in a bathtub.
And he looks like the man.
That must have been the
thing.
dingiest bathtub ever.
A lot of grout. Dude. A lot of grout.
Like grout. No one's like.
Other things that you can watch with water in it that are better than this. The scene from Elm Street where she's in the bathtub.
Friday the 13th, which has a large basis around people coming from the water. The later ones, especially.
The Blind Dead trilogy with the Templar Knights. There's some water sequences in that, especially like movies like Night Seal. Turning on your faucet and watching it for about 10 minutes run.
There's quite a few scenes in The Burning.
That's got water in as well.
Sleepaway Camp has some scenes near water.
There's some water there.
Oh man, look at all these awesome water films.
Jaws.
Waterworld.
All the Jaws movies.
The scarier water films, Waterworld with Kevin Costner.
And still better
God.
than this one right here. The Drownsman.
Anything like
The
it's just
extended
so
version of
warm.
Waterworld is better than this.
heck, there are some water-based scares
Inferno. And
yeah.
the Tenebrae, Inferno Tenebrae, the D'Argento film has like a scene based like a water scene where she goes on a water. That's really creepy. Watch that scene like for 100 minutes long. You're gonna get more than this one will.
Until Dawn has some water-based scares at certain points.
There's some decent stuff in that as well.
Uh,
Anything else have water in it?
God, Echo the Dolphin on Sega Genesis.
Scarier.
Super scary.
Well, Richard Stanley did a movie called Dust Devil. Not water, but dust. Still scary.
Yeah,
water.
super scary. God, there's so many good water things. God, Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Lots of great water in those
Obviously.
movies. Some echo water.
Freaking Blue Lagoon. I
Blue
don't even.
Lagoon. Yeah. Yeah.
Also, even scary.
Scary in a different way. Watching
So-
acting in Blue Lagoon is scary in a different way.
There's so many different amazing water-based things. The freaking first season of Avatar. Just anything is more interesting than water-based.
We do not recommend M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No.
That too, like the Drownsman, is the same type of water in it as well. It's really, really bad.
Or that one about the mermaid or whatever.
Hey, that's one of his favorite.
Is it?
Yeah, Lady in the Water.
I
Still
like
better than
Unbreakable. I know there's a lot of films based with water.
With water
Just
in
think
them.
of it.
I think there's Hawaii Five-0, the original TV series. There's like a wave shown at the beginning of it. Way better than this movie.
The episode where Fonzie jumps
Jumps
the
the
shark.
shark. Yeah, where we get that phrase.
Super scary. I was worried for a while.
Yeah, his fawn's gonna make it.
Oh man, Baywatch. All these things. Baywatch Nights, I think it is.
That's nice. Yeah, it does have horror in it. Yeah.
All these scary water things.
The Fog, the original Fog,
Absolutely.
with them coming out of the water. The remake of the Fog. No, you stay away from that one as well.
Tom,
We're your
I'm so
friends
sorry.
here. Yeah.
This divulged from oh man, we're doing a review of
The Drownsman.
Drownsman 2. Let's name all
Let it-
anything that has water in it.
We're drowning the Drownsman. Oh yeah, I wish.
I thought that was how they were gonna kill him at first.
And
Actually,
you realized it was Canadian. Or it was
yeah, I
Canadian
realized it
around
was Canadian.
the
Because someone
accents.
said someone had a bit of an accent, and I was like, oh,
Did they
that's-
say A?
It
Because
was like a very Saskatchewan.
everybody
sort
assumes
of-
us. We're that's our accent type thing.
It was like sort of a Saskatchewan, Manitoba accent, and I was like, oh, okay, I can hear it.
This is how you can tell we're Canadian.
Yeah. But I'm like, oh yeah, that's Canadian. Wow, I'm so proud.
Yeah.
Good new
Thank
Canadian
God.
horror movies.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Forefront of our industry.
You really, I mean, I know we ruled the slasher of horror with stuff about like Christmas and all that type of stuff.
Fuck, this
Thank you. Thank you for coming back and bringing us like this. We really wanted you guys to show the Canadian.
This would have made more sense in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
A lot of water here.
Yeah, we're from Newfoundland.
Yeah.
And actually, I've often thought of doing like a Newfoundland type of horror film, and we're using like the water aspect to it because we do have.
We have a lot of water.
Yep, we're an island.
It's funny. We just talked about earlier how I'm afraid of large bodies of water.
We're like
That was fun.
we're like Hawaii with like shittier weather.
Yeah. It's super good.
If Hawaii and England got together and had a bastard child, it would be Newfoundland.
It's true. But no, there's a lot of stuff that could go on around here.
Oh, a lot of really great stuff.
And water would be scarier here because it's all around.
You can't escape it.
But even still, then, you'd have to kill someone in a way that wasn't drowning. Because I'm sorry, I don't care if your movie is called The Drownsman.
Yeah, let him
You
come in the
can't.
water, but don't not have him just drown you. That'll be it. That's
Have
what
them
about
kill
the
you in water, maybe, but
Sleeper Hold Man? Imagine if there's a movie called Sleeper Hold Man. He's a wrestler and he dies, and I'm not even going to go into the wrestler that we can actually talk about here because that would be totally tragic.
absolutely.
But and he kills people by putting them in sleeper holds. Oh God, this is really, really inappropriately
Yeah.
close to something else that I don't want to talk
Yeah,
about.
All right, let's replace this movie with Stab.
No, you can just stab him in
Well,
let's slap,
no.
face slap man.
No.
the face slap man.
Fine, the movie could be called Stab Directly to the Heart only once. And he only kills people by coming up, stabbing directly in the heart once, then leaving. It'll kill them, sure, but that's the only way he can do it. Or even
And you can only use one with the same weapon. Stab with the ancient ceremonial dagger directly in the heart once, and then he has to back off.
pushes
Count
people
three.
off building, man.
Yeah. Ah,
He's consistently
no!
just wait, oh! No variation. That's what this is. It's you've got like the setup. Like people always talk like, oh, Jason has like a machete, but he uses lots of other stuff. Freddy's a burn victim who has like a claw hand, but he barely uses the claw hand. He uses dream stuff all the time.
No, here's the thing. This is literally we painted ourselves into a fucking corner. Yes, they did immediately with their rules for the killer. They had painted themselves into a corner.
He drowns you in the drown dimension.
That's it. I mean, that is there's no thing. Like, here's the thing that you do, guys. If you want to make a Drownsman 2, you say, screw the rules. You do a Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, and you say, fuck those rules. Nothing's total canon. It was only one movie. We messed up. Let's bring him back. Let's make him look a little bit scared. We'll go with the makeup a bit, because that definitely needs a bit of a tweak.
Very well.
Let's
also,
not explain him so much. And
maybe fix up how his voice works, because I could barely understand anything. He did talk a couple times. I could never understand what he was saying.
Yeah, it was like, well,
what was the last thing he said? Like, because like he gets in the room, he's like, and I'm like, whoa, what? I don't know what he said.
We're all together now. It's a happy family. Psych. You've just been watching an episode of Punk. Could be anything, but I could have looked it up. Didn't bother to. You know why I didn't bother to? Because I spent 90 minutes watching this movie. I don't want to spend any other length of time. So I'm talking about it right here, right now. This is the fun. This is me getting back time that I spent on this movie by having fun talking about how bad this movie is. This, by the way, guys, when you watch a really bad movie, review it. And you want to know why you review it? Because this is your way to get back part of your life that was taken away from that film. You take that life of that film away by doing a review.
I'm pretty sure. I'm looking something up because I mentioned during the movie, I think that there's an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark that is essentially this.
Now, here's the thing. I think that the actors overall in this film were not bad. I don't blame the actors. The actors were hampered by a really bad script. The lead female actress, I thought she was pretty good. She was attractive. You liked her. You thought she was cute.
Yeah, the main actress was nice.
I liked the one that played the friend as well. I thought she was cute as well. And their other friend, the one that lived for a little bit. I mean, the girls were cute. For what they had to do, they did a decent job of it. And in a better film, in a more maybe a slasher film, even or like a sorority row or something like that, these girls would have been like would have been better characters to be used. And we would be like, what, saying, yeah, no, those.
Funnily enough, the one that was like more involved with it died almost instantly.
You knew that right away. It was like, oh no, this is.
I thought it was going to be like.
It's the one girl that believes her.
Yeah.
And she's ostracized from the group because she believes the girl. She's researched it and looked it up a bit, so she may know a little bit more. That's like saying.
Oh, not her.
By the way.
Like no, the other girl, the girl that has like she has I think nose tattoos or nose piercings. She's the one who's like, you got to be there tomorrow because it's like. It's super like you missed out on her wedding. The kind of bitchier friend, she like had some stuff to her. The one that lives the longest is, funnily enough,
the one that doesn't believe it.
No, it's the black friend who doesn't have any lines up until the point where she's with them.
Yeah. Literally,
she says nothing up until the point where two of the other bigger characters die, and she's just following them around for a while. Which is weird. It's like having like the secondary, like the most secondary character.
It's good in a way. It's like I understand. It's like so yeah. You know, in horror movies, people always make jokes about the black character dying first and stuff. No, the black character doesn't die first. Unfortunately, the black character gets stuck in a horrible movie. when you're wishing, well, maybe, yeah, no, you should probably go with that. Like, black character die first of all. Because I have better things to do. So, are we going to give a rating on the Drownsman? You still looking for that?
I found it. It's called Tale of the Dead Man's Flow. And the premise is the exact same. But, let me just show you what their version of the Drownsman looks like.
Alright.
Because I've seen it before.
It's gotta be scarier than what I saw. I don't care if it's... That's way scarier than what we saw. Let's put that up on the screen over there.
See if you can see it right there.
See that?
That's much
way
better.
Scarier than what we watched in the film.
Wow. I want to watch that now.
I expected that guy to light up a giant, like put on some Bob Marley music, and do that. But
It was.
It was a bad movie.
It was bad. It was a terrible movie. I don't know if we can say anything more about it because it's awful. And what can you say about water, other than it's shit?
Well, so go out and watch another movie. Go watch Jaws. This is a good movie. Watch Jaws 4 for crying out loud. No, don't watch Jaws 4. We'll watch Jaws 4 for you
Watch San
sometime.
Andreas. That came out recently.
No, don't watch. Yes,
Watch the TV show Atlantis.
San Andreas. That was actually done by Newfoundland.
Which is weird because it was the most like American-y movie.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, go watch something fun for yourself. Don't bog yourself down. Don't drown yourself in terrible movies. if you-
Nice
I don't say.
fun.
Have fun
Yeah.
this almost Halloween season.
And make sure that one of your 31 Days of Horror is not The Drownsman. Can't recommend it. Can you recommend it?
Not at all.
Yep.
This movie is dead in the water. Know what I'm saying?
Have any more water puns?
It was shit.
Yeah. Great water pun, man.
It's accurate though.
It is accurate. So, a little bit more awkward for me to turn off the camera now. Because I gotta use my left hand. Sucks ass. Hate this. The Drownsman. How many out of... Okay, how much out of 10 are you giving this one, Matt?
0. There's really nothing that worked. Breaths out of 10.
Well, because I don't care, I give 0 fucks to this movie. And I give 0 fucks to this movie.
Yay.
It's a horrible movie.
It's terrible.
Don't watch The Drownsman. And
It's just boring.
don't watch our House of Podcast. We actually have a
You
lot
won't
of fun.
drown in that.
You won't.
No
we have
scary water.
You may not agree with some of our opinions, especially in the second one, but that's what's fun about it. We want to have fun with this stuff here.
Absolutely.
And not take things too seriously, like The Drownsman took itself.
Have a nice day, everyone. Stay away from water.
Stay away from The Drownsman. Not even the character, like the friggin' movie. Just stay away from this movie. It's a horrible, horrible film. Thanks for watching. My name is Aaron. This is my son Matt. We are a House of Podcast. And for me right now, it's time for tea. I am out of here, and you got your stinger.
Sebastian, not today. Not today, Sebastian.
Under
Sebastian.
wait a second. Sebastian. His last name the crab.
Oh my god, it is.
It is. It's like the crab in the Little
We
Mermaid.
never see
Who
him
sings
hear
Under the
really
Sea.
talk, so.
Under the sea. I would have loved that. I just found the Ariel. That would have been a much better singer, dude.
Oh god, well I didn't realize it until right now.
Sebastian doesn't trust the dwellers outside of water. Go watch Little Mermaid again. So much
Everything's better down where it's wetter under the sea.
better. Except for this fucking movie. We are out of here.